everyone, and welcome to Caught in the Wool episode 28. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I know at the end of last episode I said I'd see you next week, and it's been like 3, maybe 4 weeks. That is because time has flown by. But anyways, if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. If you are new here, I want to tell you that Caught in the Wool podcast is a podcast put out by me, Sam B, from Bumblebee Acres Farm. Bumblebee Acres Farm is a fiber farm located in northern Illinois, USA, and we raise Cornwall sheep, Shetland sheep, Pygora goats, English and satin Angora bunnies, and also we just have some other farm animals, but we are also a fiber arts studio, so we dye yarn, and design patterns. So yeah, welcome to the 28th episode. Whew. So it is May 16th? May 16th. 2020. I feel like 2020 is the year that didn't happen. Just because of quarantine and everything being so crazy. I don't want to talk about quarantine too much just because seriously not a lot has happened, like, as far as that really here. I mean, we haven't been able to go to shows. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that since the last episode, quarantine hasn't done anything to us that has changed anything from where we were at last episode. We've just been home, not going to shows, just doing stuff online, basically, and trying to get our farm set up. In some ways, being home has kind of been a benefit for us. So there's always, you always got to look on the bright side. So for us, it's definitely been a benefit because we just moved here last summer. We began our move to this new farm. And we only finished that in October. So we haven't even been here a full year, officially moved in. And so we've been doing a lot of stuff to just get the farm set up how we need it. So we had our pasture finally planted. We have about 8 acres of pasture. And it was previously in cash crop. So last year it was in corn. And the contract with that farmer ended in February. So we've been able to get it planted into an actual pasture and hay, which is nice. It isn't very tall yet, but everything is coming up. I was so worried that it wouldn't, but it is. And yeah, we got baby chicks. That's super exciting. We built a chicken coop. The chicken coop that we built for the chicks that Haleyana, Baby Bee's fiance, he bought some chicks, and they were all bantams, and they are extra small. So some of them are millefleurs. I don't know if you know chicken breeds, but millefleurs are very, very tiny spotted chickens. And then these other ones, I'm not even sure what breed they are, but they're all the same breed. There were some that were roosters, and we had to rehome them. Luckily we found somebody who is a huge chicken enthusiast. There's actually a friend of Baby Bee's fiance, and he wanted the chickens, and he's just going to keep those roosters, and they're going to live out their days happily, I suppose, on his farm. But we don't want to deal with roosters because those ones particularly were very mean, and they will attack you. That's something people don't always know, is that roosters will attack you if you go near their territory. So we didn't want to keep them around because they were, I don't know, they must have been only 8, maybe 10 weeks old, and they were already attacking us. So those guys hit the road. The huge chicken coop we built is too big for those chickens. They're so tiny that letting them run around the farm in like this open area is too dangerous for them because neighbor dogs, neighbor cats, hawks will just come and snatch those little chicks up. So we bought another chicken coop, and this one we were going to keep in our sheep barn. That's where our 2 older chickens and their little run is right now. So we are going to move the little chicks down there in their chicken coop. They'll be able to run around the farmyard, and hopefully the llamas and stuff will be able to protect them. But their coop comes with like an attached run, so if it seems like it's not very safe, they'll at least have room to run around where they'll be protected. But it's been a whole thing. So since we couldn't let those chickens be like the kind of chickens that we needed on the farm, like chickens that actually produced eggs that were bigger than this size, because they literally lay eggs that are this big, we got 14 new chicks. These ones they were sexed, so hopefully they are definitely all hens. There's like a 98% chance that they're hens, so there's 2% chance that they're not. They all seem like they're hens. There's one I'm unsure about. She seems a little more aggressive, but I think they're all hens. So we'll see. They're super cute. I just posted a picture of them playing outside, where we were watching them and playing with them and letting them enjoy the sunshine and everything. On Instagram, and I have some videos up on our Patreon. So if you want to see more chick videos, definitely check out our Patreon. But yeah, other than that, gardening, trying to get the garden beds set up. Most of the garden beds needed to be remulched, so we've been reweeding and getting ready to mulch all of those. And that's about it, I think, for farm stuff. We are getting new lambs. So I think that's going to begin in June that we're going to start picking those up. More Cormo lambs. They're going to all be white. I think we're getting... Ooh, hold on a second. 4 or 5 ewes and 2 new rams, because a lot of our sheep are older now. Since we haven't been able to breed or lamb in the past 2 or 3 years because of our farm situation. So yeah, we're getting in some new babies. Super excited about that. I literally cannot wait to go pick them up. But okay, I think that is actually it for farm news. But it's warm here. It's beautiful here. I kind of wanted to film a podcast outside. Like, the weather is kind of like perfect for being outside, except it is so windy. So I opted to be inside. But yeah, this is going to be kind of a longer podcast episode because I haven't been here in so long. I mean, maybe it won't be that long. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to try to keep it under an hour and a half, just because I feel like in general that's as much as people can handle of me, but also like that's as much as I can handle of talking out loud, like by myself. I pretend that I'm talking to you guys, but like at the same time it's like I am actually talking to myself, so I don't know. So what I'm going to do is talk about kind of like some other things we've been doing that isn't exactly farm news, just like everyday life stuff. And then I think I'll talk about whips and FOs, and then yarn. We'll end it off on yarn. So yeah. Whew. And I need a sip of coffee. So I kind of wish I had an iced coffee. We don't have like an ice cube maker set up for our freezer. Technically you can make what am I trying to say? I need a sip of coffee. And I'm drinking this out of the super adorable little mug that looks kind of like a handmade teacup. This we got from TJ Maxx a while ago. Before quarantine. Before COVID-19. we got that cute mug. It's actually Senbee's mug, but I was feeling that aesthetic today, so that's what I'm going with. So, other than just going out to, you know, pick up some stuff that we needed for gardening, the farm feed stuff, and getting that at Farm and Fleet, which is like our farm and feed place locally. Like, we haven't really been going out. We've been getting groceries every once in a while, but there's stay-at-home order still in effect here in Illinois. Wisconsin, I know, recently lifted theirs, but there are a lot of cases here in Illinois, and I don't see that happening here for quite some time, which is kind of good because I do appreciate when I had to go to the grocery store. It felt so much safer having other people wearing masks and all of that. Like, it feels safer when you're wearing a mask, but it feels even safer when everybody else is wearing a mask. So for those of you who are new, I am a type 1 diabetic, so I'm super special. I get to be in that group of like extra high risk people. So that's fun. I get to do the special shopping hours. Queen Bee has asthma, so she's also high up there in the high risk. But yeah, we get to do the special shopping hours. I think it's still super stressful when you go. So what we have done is when we go to the grocery store, the last time we went into Sam's Club, we wore like leggings and a t-shirt underneath a hoodie and like jeans. And when we came out of the store, we took it all off in the parking lot. Oh my goodness. Also, we disinfect like all of our groceries before we put them in the car. We just need to be extra careful, not only because it's super dangerous for us, but also since we're self-employed. If we get COVID-19, we would have to shut down the entire business, and we couldn't survive if we have to shut down the business. So yeah, so we're just being ultra incredibly careful. But it's kind of funny, it's kind of surreal. It's weird when we have to go, and the only time we really go into a town is when we go and pick up our medication, and something just hit the window, so that's why I looked over there. Yeah, when we have to go get medicine at the pharmacy, and it's so weird seeing so many stores like just closed. It's very sad, because it's such a busy area that like to not have really anything open is very weird. Queen Bee and I like to go to TJ Maxx. That's like our favorite place to go. So it's so weird not seeing TJ Maxx open. And then we wanted to shop online because we were like, well, TJ Maxx is closed. Like, we don't want them to go out of business. So we wanted to shop online, but the last time we checked, they said that their online store is closed. We're like, well, that's a bummer. So we've been ordering stuff online when we can do that. Online shopping is definitely an addiction that I already kind of had. I mean, it's more like online window shopping. Like, I'll go and I'll pretend like I'm gonna buy stuff, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and I'll read the reviews and all of this stuff. I'll add it to my cart, and then I'll look at the price and I'll be like, yeah, I really can't afford that, so I'll just close out of that tab on my phone and be like, whatever. But you know, a lot of websites have cookies now, so what happens is if you ever go back to that store on your phone, all your stuff will still be in the cart. So then I can go and look at it and be like, maybe I can take this one out and buy that and whatever. I'm mostly talking about makeup right now. I haven't bought any makeup since quarantine, but I like to window shop for makeup. Window, phone, screen shop. Fake shop? I don't know. But other than that, I have bought some yarn. We have bought some stuff from other small businesses that we typically see at shows. We bought twisted yarn and fiber project bags. She's super sweet. I showed those in the last episode. And I think that some of the projects I show you are going to be in those. And I bought a skein of yarn and charm from Bad Wolf Girl. And I know Queen Bee the other night ordered a bunch of stuff from Leading Men Fiber Arts, who, oh my gosh, I miss them so much. Steve, if you watch this, which I don't know if you will, but Steve, I miss you so much. It is so painful to not see you. Seriously, you guys, it is hard going to shows for us just because we're so family orientated. And like, I love my dog. I love Peach. I love being on the farm. I love seeing all the animals, and to be like away from it is very like exhausting for me and for the other bees as well. But Steve and Andy from Leading Men, they are like just, they're such good friends that it's something that we actually can really look forward to when we go to shows. Of course, we look forward to seeing everybody, and like shows are fun, but after the show, when it's like time to figure out where you're gonna eat and, you know, what restaurants to choose and whatever, like Steve and Andy are just like a great, like, they're just great friends to go and do that with. So it's something to look forward to instead of just vegging out in our hotel room afterwards. I'm just being like brain dead from the day at the show. So yeah, we miss those guys. We miss them so much. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other people that we're missing seeing. I'm trying not to, well, all of us are trying not to do too much of unnecessary shopping just because we have so much farm stuff we still have to do. So planting the pasture cost money. We don't know how to, well, like our farming isn't really farming where you have to use big tractors. So we never really learned how to do that. So we had to hire someone to do it for us. And then we have to get the whole pasture fenced in, like a perimeter fence. So we can do like internal fencing, and the fencing we have up currently is like okay, but you kind of want a really, really, really good perimeter fence if you have livestock, because that's what's going to keep animals out and anything dangerous out of your farm. So we still have to do that, and I have not asked anybody about quotes yet because I'm very nervous. We were also waiting to make sure that the pasture was definitely coming up before we looked into that. But yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping that we can get it fenced in before fall so the animals, like the sheep and the goats, can definitely get on the pasture for at least part of the year, before winter comes. But okay, I guess that was more farm talk, but kind of all over the place. For those of you who are returning viewers, you'll know that I am scatterbrained. It's just something that we've all had to come to accept, that Sam is officially scatterbrained, and I just can't stay on topic. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me. You know, now that I think about it, it's almost like it goes against my nature. Like, I try, and then I just don't. But, oh, there's something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, the online shop. That's another fun thing that I'm making a project of, is I think I'm going to switch us over to Shopify as our e-commerce platform. Previously, we've been using Supa Dupa, and they've been great. But they are a smaller company, so since our online business is growing, thank goodness, I'm kind of wanting to have something that can kind of keep up with that, and Shopify has this cool thing where it updates you on the entire status of your order, like if it's being worked on, if it's being shipped, where it is in the world right now with like a maps tracking thing. It's just very advanced. So I'm going to be trying to do that over the next month, hopefully. Unfortunately, I cannot upload all of our products into Shopify from our current e-commerce platform. So if I was using like literally any other one, Shopify would automatically upload my products into it. But now we have to do it manually. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because yeah, things might look a little different. I'm going to try to design it so it looks a lot like our current shop, like pretty similar. But we'll see. I don't know yet. And we might decide last minute to not change just because it's so much work to change over. But I think that it's in our best interest to change, so I'm going to just be trying to work on that. But yeah, okay. So other than that, not much going on. I guess I'll show you projects now because, yeah. And I'm sorry this is kind of random. Like, really? I don't really script these. I just don't. So, yeah, I guess we'll go into projects. So, I'll show you mine first. I guess I'll show you FOs first because there are only two. So I have, or three, I guess. Yes, there are three. So I have this hat. I showed this in the last episode. This is our, well, Senbee designed to this pattern. It is called the Ivy League hat. And it is done in a worsted, DK or worsted weight. It's super cute. It's kind of slouchy. I'm gonna try it on even though I don't really want to mess up my hair because it takes so long to get it to look good. But look at how cute this is. Can you see it well? Isn't it so cute? So it has this cute braided brim, and then it kind of has what we call like our caterpillar hat style. So it has just stockinette and reverse stockinette. So for this one, I, yeah, see, like trying to fix my hair. So for this one, I used the leftover yarn Queen Bee had from the gathering shawl she made in our Spun Sugar and Coquette held together. So she gifted that to me for Easter. So I decided to make a matching hat with the leftovers. So this is Spectre Specs held together with Spun Sugar. Spun Sugar is our brushed baby Surrey alpaca silk base, and Coquette just gives it like such a nice structure. Something to keep in mind if you are thinking of doing a Spun Sugar held together with another base in a project, you definitely want to choose that other base based on how it behaves and its structure. So Coquette gives this excellent structure. You don't really feel that other base because the alpaca just takes over the whole feel of it. But anyways, I love this hat. It took me like, I think 2 days to do. And I just needed like a break because I've been working on this colorwork sweater, which I will show you, and it has just been so much work. I mean, I'm loving how the sweater's turning out, but it's a lot of thinking, and I just needed something that was like a quick knit that I could feel like I accomplished something, basically. So I absolutely love this. And I love the way it fits. Like, I thought it was super cute. I don't know, maybe it's got like a little bit of a slouch to it. But yeah, here, I'll show it. I'll show it closer. So the reverse stockinette and the stockinette are alternating colors. They're pretty similar, so it doesn't totally make a difference. The pattern doesn't say anything about alternating colors, so I just did it how I felt like doing it basically. But I absolutely love it. And on colder days, I've been wearing this like exclusively hat wise. But yeah, that was like definitely good for my psyche to just finish something. Another FO I have, I don't think any of the other bees have any FOs because I didn't put any in front of me. So these are just, I just have 2 of my FOs. So I spun a yarn. So this yarn is 2 sets of Rolex. All the wool in it is Cormo, 100% Cormo from our sheep. And then I used 2 braids of our 2 1-ounce braids. These are in the shop right now of our Cormo in natural colors. So we have this dark brown and then we have a lighter brown. So they're called dark chocolate and hot chocolate. And I kind of just broke it up and spun it. I was trying to spin short draw. I'm a long draw girl, so it was very difficult for me to try to do short draw, and I don't know if I really succeeded. But basically I did 1 row leg, and then what did I do? I split each of those 1-ounce braids into 4 little sections. So I would do 1 row leg, the dark brown, 1 row leg, the light brown, and just alternate them all. And then I chain plied it. So chain plying is like my favorite way to ply because it's a very easy way to get a rounder yarn. Because it's a nice 3-ply opposed to just a 2-ply. Hopefully this focused. And it does have some silk in there and some sparkle. And I just think it's cute. So I gifted this to Queen Bee for Mother's Day. I spun it just, I knew how I wanted to spin it, and it kind of turned out how I wanted it. I wanted it to be like a DK worsted, which I think it definitely is. And I wanted a rounder yarn, but it wasn't like I spun it for a project. I just spun it because I wanted to spin something. It was the same thing as the hat. I needed a couple days break from my knitting project. So I just spun this up. And the Rolex, all of our Rolex are one of a kinds, but these ones were called Feelin' Witchy and Hocus Pocus, I think. I think those were the 2 that I used. And we had released them for Maryland Sheep and Wool Weekend, and they were the very last 2 to go. It had been like two days or something, and nobody had bought them, and I was like, you know what, I'm just taking these out of the shop and I'm going to use them myself. And I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think it's very cute. It's going to kind of have like a stripy effect of those colors when it's knit up. But I don't know what Queen Bee is going to use it for yet. But yeah, so it's, oh, I don't know if I said this, it's 6 ounces. So it's a good amount. I think it's like 300 something yards. So yeah, pretty much worsted. But yeah, so that's 2 FOs for me. And then I don't know if I have shown this before, but we have a few sample knitters that we have knit either test knit for me and Sen and I's patterns, or to just help us get product examples knit up for shows in new colors. So this pretty gathering shawl was done by our friend Lynn. She's Tigger Loves to Knit on Instagram and Ravelry. And she did this in our Polyjuice Potion color and Magical Me. And it is just so pretty. So these were 2 colors that we were going to have at shows all 2020 spring. And then life happened and no more shows. But this was done in our Coquette sock base, and I just wanted to show it because I finally blocked it. So yeah, it's very nice and drapey and lovely and magical. I hope the colors are turning out nice on the camera. But it's very, very pretty. I am in love with this Magical Me color. It is just so fun. So I brought two of... It happens every episode. I drop stuff. So I brought those two skeins. And see how like this color kind of complements all of these? But Magical Me is just such a magical color. Look at it. So it's in Shimmer Sock here. So that's our sparkle base. And it's got this lovely gold, these pinks and purple speckles. Oh my gosh. So that is how it nets up. And then Polyjuice Potion. I think we might be out of Polyjuice Potion. This skein might be sold. I think it might be, we might be out of it online. But it has a very subtle, almost like an oil spill effect of color on it. So this would just make a beautiful sweater. But yeah, hopefully Queen Bee and Sen Bee will be dyeing up more of this soon. But this, oh my gosh. And then I've seen socks done out of this color, blah, 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 blah. I've seen socks done out of this color, and it is so cool how it pools. So pretty much all of your pinks and purples are going to stick together. The blue is going to stick together, and the gold is going to stick together. So you're going to get kind of like a spiral stripe effect. Oh my gosh, they're so cool. I think you can see it on Clover Dilly's Instagram. I think she was doing it out of DK, but I just love this color. It is so magical. So that's that. I guess I will talk about other projects. All the other bees have been working away on things. Let me make this. Okay, that looks like a mess. That is what that is. I need more coffee. This is only my first cup and I've only had like 3 sips. It's not okay. Okay, so back to business. I'm going to show you the 2 projects that I've been working on because it's just easier for me to talk about projects I'm working on. I have my basket. So this is an Amish egg basket, and it was handmade that we got, I don't even know where. We've had it for forever. But I am using it right now for this color work project. Though when we start collecting eggs, I think that I'm going to use it for collecting eggs. But it's so cute. Do you see how it kind of has like this weird bottom? It's so like in the inside when you put your eggs in, they all stay nice and separated and don't roll around too much. It's super cool. But anyway, I'm just going to show you my progress real quick on this sweater. So this is the House Pride sweater by Meg from Bad Wolf Girl. Sits on knits. This has been a lot of color work. So this is my Gryffindor Pride sweater, and I've been just plugging away on it, but taking significant breaks when I do. So I am working on some Deathly Hallows charts. Then I am going to, drop stitches. It's just too much sweater for my needle length. Then once I split those, what am I trying to say? Okay, I'm just gonna cut this out. I need a quick break. My brain isn't working, so. So after I finish these Deathly Hallows charts, I am going to split my stitches, and then I have some lions to do, and those just go around the body. And so that'll get done a little bit faster than this because there won't be quite as many stitches that I have to do color work over. And my phone keeps buzzing. So I'm just trying to get to that sleeve split. I'm like trying so hard. I think I have 5 or 6, maybe a few more rows of this, but I'm over halfway. So I just want to get it done. I mean, it's a fun knit. The color work is a lot of fun. Like look at the back of the color work though. It's so cute. You can kind of see like those charts. Like look at the little snitches. Inverted snitches. It's super cute. I've just been wanting to work on projects that I don't have to look at so much, and unfortunately my 2 projects that I'm trying to force myself to finish are projects I have to look at while I work on them, and really pay attention. The other one that I'm working on is, and this is in my beautiful sister Chicago flag bag, and I've shown this before plenty of times. I am working on my DK brioche shawl. So this is a crochet pattern that I am designing. It's a lot like my brioche shawl. That one's done in fingering weight, but this one has some like cool color changing and fading effects, and it's also going to be like chunkier and warmer, and it's lovely. Like I love the texture and the feel of it. But you can see it does this cool reverse brioche effect basically. But crochet, I have to look at what I'm doing when I'm crocheting. So I've been taking breaks and working on this between my sweater, but I feel like I just need a garter stitch project. I saw that Amy Florence of Stranded Dye Works podcast, she has been just making these garter stitch blankets, and I just kind of want to make a garter stitch blanket right now because I am so freaking exhausted of having to focus on these projects. I think, it's not that like I don't like projects that I have to focus on. It's just that we have been so busy, and we are so lucky that we've been so busy, but I've just been so busy that at the end of the day, I don't want to have to focus on anything. So maybe I should just start a garter stitch blanket. I want to start a blanket, but I want it to be easy. So maybe that's what I'll do. Speaking of blankets, Queen Bee has been working on a crochet blanket that I have designed for her. She wanted to work on a blanket and she wanted the fabric to be a certain way. So I wrote up this pattern, showed her how to do the stitch. It is crochet and it is scrappy, but it is 2-sided and it's a really nice dense fabric. It's got like some good stretch to it. And she's just been working on this pretty much exclusively. I think she's been liking it. She says that she just wants to do one in every like season themed. So this would be like a spring colorful one. And then I think she wants to have like a fall one and a Christmassy one or something. But she's gotten pretty far on it. She only started I think like a week ago. So yeah. And I love the feel of it. It is so sturdy. It's done in fingering weight, but it really makes that fingering weight like feel like it's gonna hold up. So if you made this as a throw, it's gonna hold up really nicely. It's not gonna overstretch because it is crochet, but it's got a lot of stretch because of the stitch that I used. So I'm probably gonna be publishing this soon. As soon as she starts getting to the decreases, I'm probably gonna publish it, just so that way I can make sure that those decreases are all correct. But yeah, it's super cute. And she has this in her Gale's Art bag. So Gale's Art, she's at a lot of big shows. She's at Maryland, I believe, Sheep and Wool, and also I think she's at Rhinebeck, and Wisconsin Sheep and Wool and all of that stuff. And this is like really beautiful canvas bag. We got it at SSK last year, and SSK has been canceled for 2020 and it will be back I think 2021. But yeah, so she hand paints this canvas and then has bags made, and it's just super cute, and Queen Bee loves this bag. I think it's maybe her favorite bag, but I'll just show it up close. It's just very fun, very colorful. It's kind of perfect for this project. But yeah, that's what she's been working on. She said she wanted a project where she didn't have to focus on it too much too. But crochet is just something that all of us bees have to look at while we work on. So it's not complicated, but you still have to like look at it. I'm not good enough at crochet where I can just crochet without looking, because I put the hook in weird spots. Crocheters will probably think like it's easy, you just do it like blah blah blah, but I can't do that. So with knitting, like there's only one loop to put the needle through unless you're doing a complicated stitch, but like you only put it through there's only one loop. But crochet, it's like so many loops. Whatever. Crocheters will know what I'm talking about though. Then I will show you Baby Bee's project. So she has this in one of the twisted yarn and fiber bags that we got. This is her sweater bag size, I think. And it has this nice canvas bottom. I'm kind of jealous because this was the bag I was gonna get for me, but you know, gotta let my little sister have nice things. Oh, and Baby Bee has been actually taking yoga training school. So she is yoga teacher training. So she is going through I forget how many weeks her class is, but in a few weeks she's going to be an official yoga teacher, so that is exciting. She is making a gathering shawl. It's pretty much exactly like the one Queen Bee made me. It's all one color, but she's using the 2-color pattern because it makes a bigger shawl. And she is holding, I think it's Clutch of Eggs. I'm pretty sure that's the color. I don't think she has the tag in here. I always get those two confused, Clutch of Eggs and Feathered Nest. But those are both in the shop right now. But she is using that held together with just an undyed skein of spun sugar, that brushed alpaca. So it's nice and fuzzy and soft, and I think this is going to be Queen Bee's Christmas present eventually, but it's just very lovely. She has been very busy. Like, she started this like I think a week or two ago, but she hasn't really been working on it because she's been so busy with yoga and processing yarn and work and all of that stuff. So she's usually tired at night. But she has been working on it occasionally. Another twisted yarn and fiber bag. This one is super cool because Senbee loves to watercolor paint, whatever. Watercolor, I don't know. So this bag is perfect for her. And this is another sweater bag. But look at the cute, they're like labeled with their colors too. Just super cute. But Senbee has been going to town on this sweater. Okay, and you should see her try it on. It is super cute. I don't know what's the back and what's the front, but she has this is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link it below because I don't remember it. She's doing it in our McGonagall Tweed DK and the color terracotta. So look at that beautiful burnt orange color. It's just so lovely. And yeah, so it has like really nice deep raglan sleeves. I'll hold it back so maybe you can see it. I don't know. I'm struggling. Struggling. So she's working on her first sleeve right now. It is kind of cropped, but you could easily make it not cropped. I think the only change she made to the pattern is she did not add extra stitches underneath the sleeve because the designer has you cast on like a certain number, and since it's so wide, she didn't need those extra stitches down there. So she ended up ripping back, taking out those stitches, and then just connecting the raglan and doing it in the round. But it's super cute. She's been working on it pretty consistently, and now she's just working on her little sleeve. I really like the collar. It's like a nice raised double collar, so it looks kind of like my favorite like low turtleneck look. But I really want to make one. I wouldn't make it cropped just because that is a part of my body that I don't really like to show off. But it's super cute. And it kind of like matches the bag perfectly. Everybody's kind of got their bags themed. Mine aren't clearly themed at all. But yeah, so that's it for whips right now. And I don't think anybody else is working on anything other than Queen Bee is still working on that pair of socks for Bumblebee that I showed in a few episodes. It's in that Ramsey Bolton colorway. She's almost done with the second sock, so I think she's working on it right now, and that's why I didn't show it. But yeah. We've just been so busy with the business. And that's what I'm going to talk about now is yarn. And what's coming up for Bumblebee Acres Farm. So more coffee first though. Okay, so first and foremost, we are going to be ending all dyed to order and all custom orders. We're not going to be doing any of that for the month of June and part of July, possibly all of July. So that means we are going to be taking out all of our Outlander dyed to order, Miyazaki Studio Ghibli dyed to order, all Schitt's Creek, all tonals, all speckles. Those are all going to be leaving the shop on May 24th, I believe. Yeah, May 24th. We are going to be getting rid of all of these. We're not like ending them officially. It's just that in June and July, we want to get as much of our advents done as possible. So we will be doing weekly shop updates. We're going to be releasing ready to ship. So certain colors, certain quantities, some restocks, but no custom quantities, and the bases that we choose will just be the ones that we feel like doing, I guess. We need to get our advents done. We're hoping, because there was so much interest in advents and so many people weren't able to get one just because we can only do so many. We're hoping to do a 12 Days of Christmas yarn calendar, but that will depend on how much we can get done of advents during the summer, because we don't want to be doing them last minute like we were forced to do last year due to moving and getting into Rhinebeck, which was awesome, but like kind of threw us off on our schedule. So yeah, I just wanted to show these Miyazaki colors because some of them I haven't shown you guys. Studio Ghibli is one of our all-time favorite things. This is May All Your Bacon Burn, which is a Howl's Moving Castle inspired color. kind of calcifer inspired. That one's super cute. I don't have the whole collection with me. I just grabbed a collection of Coquette socks. So all the ones I'm showing you are on Coquette sock. I have Hal, who is Howl's Moving Castle inspired. And this one I absolutely love. I kind of want to do a entrelac pattern with this because I think that it'd be so cool. I think that the bluey black color and the gold and the speckles would all kind of meet up in an entrelac pattern. If you entrelac, however you pronounce it. I've never done entrelac, but I just think that it would be so Howl, don't you think? Like, anyways, I love the jewel tone speckles. We have No Face, which is black and white with a little bit of sushi colored speckles. Haku. I think I might have shown Haku before. With his purpley gray speckles, a little bit of pink in there, tealy blue. We have Soot Sprites Heart Rainbows, which was our first ever rainbow colorway. And one of my all-time favorites. It has little tiny black speckles for our Soot Sprite, for the Soot Sprites in the colorway, so I don't know if you can see any. We do reskein this one just to show how bright those rainbows really are. But yeah, you can see a little bit of a Soot Sprite there. Super cute. And then we have Laputa, which is a beautiful bright teal, and it has deeper blue and purple speckles throughout. I don't know if the light is really washing this out, but it's very pretty. And then I have Kiki, and I kind of like am obsessed with Kiki. It was one of my all-time favorite Studio Ghibli movies growing up. Red for her bow, her brown hair, her purpley black dress. And some black speckling for, of course, Gigi. I love Kiki. And today, I kind of was feeling Kiki vibes when I did my, like, outfit. So I did this, like, dangly necklace and dangly earrings. Like, I was feeling like a Howl/Kiki vibe. So that's what I was going for today. Maybe super nerdy, but I don't care. I love Kiki. So if you haven't seen Kiki's delivery service, you've got to. It is so cute. It is such a beautiful story about coming of age, I would say. It's just so beautiful. I just want to look at the skein. Like, I don't even know what I would make out of this one. I just kind of want to stop crying over there, Peach. I just kind of want to, like, look at it all the time. But yeah, so I'm probably not going to put everything back in the basket just because it took me forever to organize my basket, but I will set it there. So that Peach, come here. I think they're making frozen pizza and Peach loves crusts. Oh yeah, that's what she wants. So she's at the door crying. Peach, come here. I had to get Peach to stop crying, and hopefully she stops crying and lets me finish the video because we're almost done. So yeah, Dye to Order. Studio Ghibli is going to be leaving the shop along with Outlander. We might have some ready to ship Outlander left over after we close the Dye to Order. It depends on what the stock is because we had dyed stock for shows. But mostly when we do the Dye to Order, we're still dyeing new skeins, just so that way if people order multiples of one color, we know for a fact that they're gonna match. But yeah, It's kind of a bummer because I know that dye to order is a lot of fun because you can get that perfect project. So if you have been thinking of doing a project, you should definitely get your order in before May 24th. We did do a shop update last night, and I just want to show some of that stuff because a lot of it is one of a kind. So we have this Toxic Rainbow on Tweed Aran that I listed, along with this Ruby Rainbow on Tweed Aran, and I think that these belong together. I mean, I think so, but I did list them separately. I just have one of each of that. I also have a bunch of brushed mohair. Not a ton. I have 2 of each color, and these are only $10 each because they're 1.5 ounces. They're more of a fingering weight than a lace weight. They're kind of like a very, very light fingering. Kind of like a lace. I don't know. It's hard to tell because they're so fuzzy. But I am allergic to mohair when I work with it. So these are limited. They're going to be leaving once they're sold. They're not coming back. We're just gonna have the sponge sugar as our brushed base, but they are very pretty. I love the look of mohair and I really wish I could work with it. I just cannot. My skin says no, which is very sad because just look at how glowy they are. Just very lovely. But yeah, you only use about, like, if you wanted to do this hat, I think you would only need 1 of these skeins because you only use about maybe 100 yards when you make this hat. So that's an option to do with that. Whoop. And what else? Oh, we did a little bit of fiber. So when we released our Mayflowers, which was our Maryland Sheep and Wool exclusive colorway, we only did it on yarn, but Queen Bee was doing the dye to order for that, and she decided to throw in some Tarhi top and some BFL top, so that's what I have here. And so this is our Mayflowers colorway on top. And isn't it beautiful? I so want to work with one of these. I might take one out of the shop just for me to work with. Just because doesn't it look like, it would just spin up so lovely. Somebody was telling me what she was going to do was she was going to split the braid in half. So she was going to keep the warm tones, so the golds and oranges and pinks in one and spin it as a single, and then the blues and purpley green and spin that as another single and then ply them together. And I think that that would be super cool. I think I would just fractal spin it though and just let it kind of lay where it lays and then barber pull it how it does. But that's barber pull. If you're not a spinner, you won't even know, and you guys will be like, what are you even talking about? But it's beautiful. We still have several in the shop, so if you have been eyeing this, the BFL is delicious. I have the Tarhi with me right now, and Tarhi is very squashy and soft. It isn't quite as soft as merino. It's a little bit woollier, but it's very close, so it won't irritate you at all. It's very spongy, and it just spins so cute. And the BFL, I mean, the luster in the BFL. I don't have one braided, so that's why I didn't bring it, but just divine. Just look at this. It's like a beautiful little bouquet of wool. I love it. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to show you that I brought with me. I don't know how long this video ended up being, but hopefully it's not too long. I don't know where I put my phone. I'm sorry for a little bit of a mess, but it's been a little while. It's been a hot minute since I filmed, so hopefully you guys can give me a break. It was lovely catching up with you guys. I've been wanting to film, it just didn't happen, which is a bummer. I think I really need to force myself to find a date to film, even though I'm super busy, and just try to do it at least every other week, because 3 or 4 weeks is way too long between podcasts, and I used to wait too long between podcasts, and I don't want to get in that habit again. So I'm going to do my best to not let that happen anymore. I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying busy, and crafting, I think, definitely helps through all of this madness. I hope you guys are safe. And yeah, you guys can always connect with us on Instagram and Facebook, or Patreon. Patreon, I'm able to interact with people a little more regularly and personally, just because it's a smaller crowd of people. So if you want a little bit more of a personalized feel, definitely consider checking us out on Patreon. If you do decide to support us on Patreon, we all very much appreciate it. And also for all of our highest tier Patreon patrons, I always do that. For all of our highest tier patrons, or our sheep tier, I will be putting all of their names in the credits at the end of this episode, because their support directly helps me put out podcasts and other video content, and other social media content in general. So thank you so much if you are a patron, and thank you so much if you are a Sheep Bee patron. And yeah, I think that's about it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to leave a comment. I definitely read all comments, and I try to respond to them as quickly as I can. Sometimes I wait until I upload the next video to actually go and comment, just because sometimes there are just so many platforms that I have to go on that I just end up forgetting about some of them. But you know how it is. I hope you guys have fun getting caught in the wool at home, and take care. It was great chatting with you. Bye. Come here. Peach, come right now. Come here. Good girl. Stay here. So it's like my favorite collection. Come here right now. Stop with the crying. Little brat. And her eyes keep running because she has very bad seasonal allergies. Poor thing. But that is the status on Dyed to Order. And then we will, like I said, we will still be doing Ready to Ship randomly. And, well, not randomly. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to cut this whole thing. You are a bad girl. Go lay down. I love you, boo. You're so bad. You are so bad. Hey, I'm talking to you. Hey. Okay, get out of here.